Good morning, guys. Welcome back to channel Anderzen, and welcome to day 22 of VLOGMAS. Let's go. Alright, if you guys were following along yesterday for day 21, we started the process of breaking down the intake manifold, giving it a nice kind of initial cleaning, and also rebuilt the fuel injectors. So if you guys want to go check that out, go to yesterday's video. But for those here today that are ready, we're going to start the further teardown of the intake manifold. So let me show you guys what we're working with. First off, left the hardware soaking in diesel fuel yesterday, so I'll scrub those off. It should be nice and pretty and new. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. Oy. This is what we left off with yesterday. I'm going to pull this out of here. I did spray it down a bit with diesel and let it sit overnight. Let's see if our spray bottle still works. Yes, it does. Cool. Alright, so basically, I am going to take these apart at this point. You guys know that one of these is actually already apart. Oh my god, both of them are. These are both supposed to be glued in. They were literally just free floating. So those will come out. I'm going to have to do a lot more scrubbing today because the interior is way dirtier than the exterior was, and the exterior was already pretty dirty. But yeah, I'm going to break all these down. I'll tell you guys the sizes of all the little bolts that hold these in place and how you can easily get them apart. Alright guys, so there are 4 retaining bolts for this inner piece inside of the bottom half. Like I said, they're all T20, pretty tiny Torx bits. So there's one there, one over here, and one here. So we'll need to get those out first, and I'll show you guys what you can do after to actually lift this out of here, because it is siliconed in on all these little ridges. So I have a little trick for that. Alright you guys, so those 4 bolts are out of there. Look like this. Tiny little chamfered head screws. So now after this one most likely, they're not going to budge. They're pretty glued in here. So what I like to do is grab a big screwdriver, and basically I'm going to wedge up using these portions. The first time I tried this, I was trying to go here and you just can't get enough leverage. So you actually want to go on this side and wedge it in there. I'm going to get my bigger screwdriver, and I'm also going to wrap it in a towel so that when I'm prying on this, I'm not marring any of these sides over here. So check back with you guys in a second. Oh man, I just got whipped in the face with a diesel silicone string. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna pour this out real quick. Alright guys, so there are the pieces. Let me get you guys in here for a closer look. Alright, so there they are. This is the inside with the swirl flaps. If you guys are not familiar, these open and close. Oh, no, let me show you guys. These open and close based off the rail position over here. So when this rail moves, based on the vacuum pole, it opens and closes these flaps. That is controlled right here with this little arm, which is hard to see because it's all covered, but that arm right there that arm is controlled by the pump of the vacuum. So I'm actually going to try, I didn't do this last time, but I'm going to try it this time maybe, removing this vacuum piece entirely. So there's a nut on here, and there's 1 or 2 small Allen head or Torx head bolts right there. I didn't do it last time out of fear of breaking the little arm, but I actually have a spare, so I'm gonna test out on that one and see if I can get it, kind of figure out how this is all put together, and then I'll show you guys. Alright guys, my spare parts come in handy again. Don't mind my son, by the way, he's drumming on paint cans inside. But anyways, this is the leftover one that I pulled apart for experiment. Shout out to Lewis again, he gave this to me off of his W202 C43 after he swapped in a 55, but finally cracked the code on the best way to do this without harming anything. So basically there's 3 parts to this assembly. You got this little arm that sits inside of here. Okay, this part's exposed, and then you have this sitting onto that, and then it's connected onto here. So in order to get this nut cracked that is sitting on this and attaching this lower arm, you have to, I think that's why they made this a flat flat-sided bolt or threaded portion. This is what I did, is basically just grabbed onto the little end of it with a vise, and then I was able to crack the nut free, and once I got it free, then I could just hold this back side with my finger while I undid the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that via time lapse real quick, and you'll get to see it actually happen. And if I mess up, I got a spare. So win-win. Learning and still have a safety net. Put you back in here. Alright guys, here we go. There we go. Oh, and they're not retained actually, but I'll keep them with it so I don't lose them. So there we go. Vacuum diaphragm. I'll put these back together. Keep this actually. I'm just gonna store this all as one. You can see this has got that little groove on there, so it only goes one way. So they must have designed it with that purpose of being able to pull it out like that, because if you try to hold onto this, you will crack this, no question, because it's plastic. So let's see if I can get this on here with cold rubber glove hands. Alright, I'm gonna keep this safe with the other parts. Alright guys, so now that you saw that inner piece being broke down, figured out the diaphragm, next thing I want to show you guys is this interior bit, which holds the little hose that we saw that is very commonplace to snap. And this one, basically I might have to cut it from the bottom, but this is the little plastic piece that connects the bottom hose. I might need to trim this because it's so cold right now and my hands are not working correctly, so hold on, I'll be back real quick. Alright guys, I just sliced off the bottom with an X-Acto knife, so let's see if we can get this piece popped out. Where can I set you guys? You can see this. Let's see if this should just pop up now. There we go. So yeah, this is the piece that Mercedes decided was best to use, and it's absolutely rock hard now. But basically that attaches to this bottom hose right here. So we have a whole different way we're going to rebuild this system, which I'll show you guys. But this, garbage. Oh, look what I found. A little piece of pintle cap. Nice to find in here instead of in my motor. Alright guys, so now that we have the bottom half broken down, I'm going to go ahead and do the same for the top half here. And it's pretty much the same. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the T20 little retaining screws, and then these two things, which normally you're gonna have to pry out using the same method. You just wedge in here, but lucky and unlucky for me, I guess, these were free floating, which they're not supposed to be, like I said. But I will set those to the side, one step down, and after that, like I said, 4 retaining screws, and then we're going to use wedge again on these portions to get this out of here. Alright guys, retaining screws are out. Just peeling off the silicone as well. There's still some more, by the way. They also silicone these ridges, so it's something to take note of. It's not only in the line that's obvious outside here, but it's also siliconed across the top of this ridge, so you'll want to make note of that when you're going to reseal it. But I'll mention that again later when we're at that stage. But right now, let's go ahead and try to pry this up. There we are. So got the inner belly and the exposed other half. So I am literally freezing. My hands are frozen right now. So I most likely am going to catch you guys later inside. I'm probably going to take care of all the cleaning process, get these things spick and span. It's going to be a lot of me scrubbing. I might time lapse you guys for it here and there, but yeah, I'm going to have to go warm up for a bit and come back to this, so stay tuned. Alright guys, admit it. Who was laughing at me in the last scene? I knew I got flung with some diesel and oil earlier. You can see it's all over my face right now. Anyways, I gotta wash up, warm up. I'll be back. What's going on, you guys? I was just about to leave to the store, but this showed up. This is the key piece that I need for the radiator hose setup that I want to run on the C55, so I figured I would check it real quick. Since today is a vlog, I can still include other stuff. So let's grab the silicone hose I need out here and just see if it fits. Alright. Yes, we are good. Perfect. Let me actually wedge it in here. Alright, there we go, guys. So basically this is going to split right now where the connection comes off to lead to the expansion tank. I'm going to use this as that piece instead, and it's tapped for a 1/8 MPT. So I got a 1/8 MPT to 8mm barb, and that way I'll be able to attach silicone hose to that. So super cool, man. Pumped. Another little piece off of the puzzle we can add on the C55. Alright, you guys, it is definitely colder today than it has been the last few days. Holy crap, man. I'm freezing my bones off. This is all ice. And we have to be pretty careful leaving our neighborhood right now because literally just ice. Trying to stock up on firewood and whatever else we need. Whew. Cold start for the squad. You guys, this thing reads like 10 degrees high typically. It is probably close to 17, 20 degrees. Oh my gosh, it is freezing. We still got stuff to do though.
Would you join me please and welcome me? This week the speaking blame somebody else. Will you destroy yourself? First, nothing worse than the mods had the feds in check. They couldn't try nothing. We had a force to instigate a prison riot. This what it takes for peace. So I just took a piece. Black for black, inside time to cut the leash. Freedom to get out.
Let's do this. Alright, you guys, damage is done at the grocery store. Parking lot check real quick. Number one, shout out to this little EG hatch DX. Rare nowadays seeing those in stock form. And number two, you guys tell me what this BMW SUV is, but it looks nice. Nice stance. Looks like it's either on some spacers or it just has a nice offset of the wheels. But it looks clean. Let's go around back and see what it is. Just the X5. No M or anything, but yeah, it looks tough. It's got some big, these look like 10 wides or 10 and a halves or something on the back. Anyways, let's get home. Let's go make a fire, get cozy, warmed up, and get back to the job. Shout out to my mans over here sliding in the Jag. Also, guys, that hill right there. One time when it was really icy out, I took the M155 over here and I wasn't paying attention, and there was a hill and ice, and I just started sliding into the road over there. It was a bit scary. Thank God there was no oncoming traffic, but it could have been bad. Right, you guys, not gonna lie, the procrastination is kicking in right now, but I got work to do, so let's jam. Shout out to Bucky Lassick, Buck, yeah, another YouTube channel I watch pretty frequently. His GC is super sick. You guys never check this thing out. It's from my hometown as well, so shout out to Bucky. Got a nice roasty fire and I'm super comfortable, but we got work to do. Let's go. All right, guys, I've had the bucket of parts inside, so it's warm and not freezing cold, because that is what makes it hardest, working in the cold. Grab my tools, meet you guys outside. All right, guys, we're back. Let's do this. I'm just gonna time lapse you guys because it's just scrubbing at this point, nothing in particular. So I'll catch you guys after cleaning. Alright, you guys, you know what I decided I'm going to invest in? Some wire wheel attachments, or wire brush attachments for the drill. I would definitely speed this part up. Alright guys, well, I think I'm gonna have to call it quits today. Taking quite a while to get these scrubbed down, regardless of what cleaning solution you're using. The diesel is working excellent. I'm already, I'm like an hour in right now, but this is better results already than me soaking them for like a day and then scrubbing probably just as much as I am now. So really happy with the results. This is all really clean actually once I like spray it down finally, but very, very clean compared to where we started. Doesn't need to be perfect, but it's definitely there. The thing that I do need to have sit is all of the resin adhesive that they use, or epoxy that they use to glue these on. That takes time to just kind of get broken down and be able to be scrubbed off. Otherwise I'm gonna have to sit there scraping it forever. So I'd rather just let the diesel do its thing, break it down, and tomorrow it'll be nice and easy to scrub off. These ones don't take that long. This one's already pretty much good. A little bit more and it'll be ready to go, but I'm gonna leave it there. I still gotta do the inner shell. So tomorrow, plan for basically getting the top half resealed. I'm gonna try to finish this up off camera maybe tonight, and then tomorrow we'll be resealing it together. My plan is to get both sides basically cleaned, resealed, let them sit so that the silicone sets and all that stuff, and then once they're all good to go, I'm gonna basically get ready for paint and do one half at a time, so I can have them sitting flat where I'm gonna paint them. Do my acetone wipes and all that good stuff. I'll probably acetone them before I do the silicone, but go through that whole process to paint them, and that way I won't have to worry about anything inside once I'm painting, and then I can just put both halves together and they'll both be ready to go. Covered up with my shirt right now. It's cold, but and I was protecting my face as I was working. But one last thing I did want to say before we close out today's video, somebody brought up an interesting topic in the comments yesterday about cylinder 8 on the M113s having fuel starvation issues, or the injector not working as well on that side. So I've actually been talking to a company about potentially some fuel rails that they make. I know like VRP makes the looped fuel rail, and you can honestly just cut and weld it yourself if you want to loop the fuel rail, but there's a cool company out there that is potentially has something that will work. So I'm in talks with them right now, and with the way the weather is, and like I'm not gonna be driving the C55 soon anyways, I'm kind of like thinking about longer term projects for this right now. Like I'm gonna finish up the intake manifold as quick as I can, but from there I think like if I want to do the valve covers and all that stuff, the car's gonna be down for a little while, so might as well start taking care of more stuff, and we'll just go from there little by little. But sorry I didn't get more done in this video. We at least got to see some breakdown. You guys got to see kind of the detailed look of all that. Learn something new with getting this thing off, because I didn't get this off last time, but got it off this time, so that's cool. But yeah, that's about it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Vlogmas Day 22, deuce in the books. Guys, have a wonderful night. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace.